Okay, guys, and welcome back to another English lesson. Who can tell me, what can you see on your screen right now? Guys at home, can you put your thumb up if you can see a big blue circle type thing with blobs of green, white, blue? If you can see that at home, can you give me a thumbs up? Excellent. I know that you can see it. Thank you very much. If you're at home, tell somebody, what is it? What is it that you can see? What is it? What can you see? What can we see here? Hugo, what can we see? We can see planet Earth. Okay, this is what we can see. And on planet Earth, what country are we from? Where do we live? Caleb? We're from England, aren't we? England. So this is Google Earth, by the way, guys, brilliant app. England. Let's visit England. Let's see where we are. Okay. So here's where we are. We are in England. We're part of the United Kingdom, aren't we? Who can remind me which 4 countries are part of the United Kingdom? You might be able to see them on there. Which 4 countries? See if you can tell somebody at home which 4 countries are part of the United Kingdom. See if you can tell a partner on the carpet quietly. Whisper it, whisper it, whisper it. Technical glitch, of course. I don't know what happened then. Can you all hear me and can you all still see the screen? Can I get a thumbs up at home if you can see that still? And can, oh, and now it's gone off. I don't know what just happened then. Okay, can you see England again on our Earth, on our planet Earth? Can you see it? Excellent. Yeah. Right, we're back. I think, oh, and Julia's back in now. So we've got England, which is where we're from. Well done if you said that. And then over the water, we'd have to take a boat to get there. We've got Ireland. We've got Scotland up at the top that's just above us up here. We've got Charlie coming in. And we've got Wales. Okay, those are the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom. But our topic, what is our topic all about? What are we learning about, Agnes? It's all about Chinese New Year. So we're going to have a visit of China now. Let's go across the world and let it take us to China. Are we ready? Here we go. So it's all the way on the other side of the world there, okay? But you can explore Google Earth at home as well, and you can have a look at what is around China, what is near China. Have an explore at home. This is a great app to be using. Okay. New share. Just wanted to show you that for a quick starter. So today we are going to be identifying features of a non-chronological report. Now, hopefully you don't know what a non-chronological report is, but we will be learning what one is, okay? So all about China. This is where we've just visited as well. You can see China there, it's outlined on the map. China is a country in East Asia, okay? So it's in the continent of Asia. It is the 2nd largest country in Asia. It's a very, very, very large country. The capital city of China is Beijing. Who knows what our capital city is? We learned all about it in our first term. What is the capital city of England? See if you can tell somebody at home, what is our capital city in England? Jake? Have you forgotten? Don't worry, Harry. It's London. Well done, well done. If you got that at home, because we learned all about the Great Fire of London, didn't we, which is the capital city of England. And China is the most populous country in the world. That means it's got the most people that live there than any other country in the entire world. And its population is over 1.35 billion people. Okay, that is a lot of people that live there. Okay. So we are doing Chinese New Year for our topic, and let's have a little look, let's have a little refresh of what we know already about Chinese New Year. So this year, Chinese New Year is celebrated on the 12th of February, because we know for Chinese New Year, they don't celebrate it on the same day as us. It's not celebrated on the same day as us. It's a different day. Don't worry, hands down for now. Each year is named after an animal based on what position it came in the Great Race. Who can remember what is this year's Chinese New Year animal? What animal is it, Cole?
The rat.
It's not the year of the rat, that was last year. The year of the ox. Well done, good boy. It's the year of the ox. Well done if you knew that at home and remembered that at home as well. People prepare for Chinese New Year by cleaning their homes to clear away any bad luck. Their homes are usually decorated with lanterns. Fireworks are set off to scare away evil spirits. Families gather together to have a special feast. And red envelopes, do you remember Jalivia showing us her red envelopes? Red envelopes with money are handed out as gifts and are said to bring good luck. Okay, have a look at the picture in the background. Who thinks they might know what this is? See if you can tell somebody at home. Tell a part, whisper to a partner on the carpet, whisper it. Okay, going to do a new share. So many shares. Jilson, what's it a picture of? I'm going to ask you to unmute. What was it a picture of, Jilson?
Great Wall of China.
Good boy, well done. It was the Great Wall of China. So we've got a quick video to watch now. Just a bit about the Great Wall of China. So please give me a thumbs up if you can see a screen of somebody with their brain. It looks like a brain with lots of different pictures. If you can see that on your screen, give me a thumbs up, please, so I know that you can see that. Thank you very much. Are we ready? Shh, you sat beautifully.
A 13,000-mile dragon of earth and stone winds its way through the countryside of China with a history almost as long and serpentine as its structure. The Great Wall began as multiple walls of rammed earth built by individual feudal states during the Chun-Qiu period to protect against nomadic raiders north of China and each other. When Emperor Qin Shi Huang unified the states in 221 BCE, the Tibetan Plateau and Pacific Ocean became natural barriers, but the mountains in the north remained vulnerable to Mongol, Turkish, and Xiongnu invasions. To defend against them, the emperor expanded the small walls built by his predecessors, connecting some and fortifying others. As the structures grew from Lintao in the west to Liaodong in the east, they collectively became known as the Long Wall. To accomplish this task, the emperor enlisted soldiers and commoners, not always voluntarily. Of the hundreds of thousands of builders recorded during the Qin dynasty, many were forcibly conscripted peasants, and others were criminals serving out sentences. Under the Han dynasty, the wall grew longer still, reaching 3,700 miles and spanning from Dunhuang to the Bohai Sea. Forced labor continued under the Han Emperor Han Wudi, and the wall's reputation grew into a notorious place of suffering. Poems and legends of the time told of laborers buried in nearby mass graves, or even within the wall itself. And while no human remains have been found inside, grave pits do indicate that many workers died from accidents, hunger, and exhaustion. The wall was formidable, but not invincible. Both Genghis and his son Kublai Khan managed to surmount the wall during the Mongol invasion of the 13th century. After the Ming dynasty gained control in 1368, they began to refortify and further consolidate the wall, using bricks and stones from local kilns. Averaging 23 feet high and 21 feet wide, the wall's 5,500 miles were punctuated by watchtowers. When raiders were sighted, fire and smoke signals traveled between towers until reinforcements arrived. Small openings along the wall let archers fire on invaders, while larger ones were used to drop stones and more. But even this...
Okay, guys, have a talk to somebody at home. Why do you think the Great Wall of China was built? Why do you think it was built? What was happening? Talk to your adult at home. Talk to your partner on the carpet.
So the invaders don't kill everyone. That's why it's only one way. So they don't like
Okay, guys, why do we think the Great Wall of China, looking at that video, why was it built in the first place? Why was it built there? John?
Because there was a lot of invaders.
There were invaders. That's a great word. What are invaders? What does that mean? What are invaders?
They attacked their city.
Good boy. They are people that are coming to attack the city, okay, or attack the country. So they built the wall under the emperor's instructions, okay, to try and keep them protected. Caleb?
And it's protecting the emperor.
It is protecting the emperor. Well done, and the people of China. Excellent. So, guys, today we are having a look at a non-chronological report all about the Great Wall of China, okay? It's online if you haven't got it at the moment. There's a copy, on Portfolio. I couldn't get it online for some reason. I will keep trying, but I couldn't get it onto the website. So, a non-chronological report, that means it's something that's giving us information. That's what a report is. And non-chronological means there's not a particular order to it. Okay, that means we're getting facts and information about the Great Wall of China, but there's no order to what information we're getting. Okay, Harry?
It's going to east to west.
It is going from east to west. Well done, we saw that in the video, and it might be written here. Let's have a quick look. So our title is the Great Wall of China. What does the title tell us? What does it tell us? What's that information giving us? What's that letting us know? Evie?
That's a great wall.
It's a great wall. We're looking at, it's what we're looking at, isn't it? We're looking at the Great Wall of China. Excellent. The Great Wall of China runs across China from east to west. It is the longest wall in the world. It is thousands of miles long and is surrounded by steep hills, as you can see in the picture. We've got Henry coming in. So we've got our first heading here, and it says, who built the wall? The building of the wall began over 2,000 years ago, around 200 BC. Now, BC means before Christ, before Jesus, okay? So it was a very, very, very long time ago. On the orders of the first emperor of China, Qin Shi Huang. I apologize if I've not said that correctly. I'm really sorry. Where is the wall? It runs across China from east to west. China is on the continent of Asia. The wall runs near the borders with Mongolia and the Gobi Desert. Our next heading, so our next piece of information that we're getting given, why was the wall built? When the wall was started, China was split into lots of different groups, and there were many wars. That means there were lots and lots of invaders. Okay, the wall was built as a defense against any groups that tried to invade from the north. So some interesting facts about the Great Wall. We've got construction of the Great Wall. That means it started getting built between 220 and 206 BC. Like I said, a very, very, very long time ago it started getting built. The Great Wall stretches for 21,195 kilometers across northern China. That is a very long distance. Okay, it is a huge wall. Remember, it is the biggest wall in the world as well. The top of the wall is wide enough for people, animals, and carts to travel along it. And people who were being punished, such as criminals and slaves, originally built the wall. And as we learned from the video, a lot of them died from sheer exhaustion, okay, and the amount of labour that it took. And looking at our map of China, that's where the Great Wall is located, okay. So, for a non-chronological report, because we are going to be writing one, not today, and it won't be about the Great Wall of China, okay? We're going to be doing a different one next week. But today we are looking at the different features that we've got. So our first feature that we need to find is the title. So I'm going to highlight the feature a colour, and I'm going to go back up to my non-chronological report and I'm going to find the title. Who can tell me which part is the title? Which part of my non-chronological report is the title? See if you can spot it at home as well. Which is the title, Cole? Good boy. The title is the very first thing that we see at the top of our report. Okay, it is the part that says the Great Wall of China. I was hoping to be able to highlight that. I don't know why I can't. Oh, go back. Good idea, Miss. Please. Great idea, Mrs. Mariner. Oh. Don't we just love technology? Fill. Okay, so I've highlighted it in yellow. That means I'm going to fill it in, fill the picture in yellow there. Is that going to work? That's not worked. That's not worked. I'm trying to highlight the title yellow because that's what I've just done for the feature, but I don't know why it's not working. It's not letting me do that. But that's what you can do at home. You can identify the title in one colour and find it in your non-chronological report. The next thing I need to find is the introduction. And I could highlight it a different colour and go back up to my non-chronological report. What is an introduction? Who can tell me what is an introduction? See if you can tell somebody at home, what is an introduction? See if you can tell your partner, what's an introduction? If you're introducing something, it's part of the very start after the title. Okay, an introduction. Who can tell me what an introduction is? Connie.
It's the middle bit that it starts off with.
The middle bit that it starts off with, that's contradictory. It's the first piece of writing, isn't it? After the title, good girl. It's what we start off our work with. Okay, I can highlight that. Excellent. So I've identified my introduction, which is the first piece of writing after my title, because it's introducing, it's telling us what our non-chronological report is a bit about. Okay, it's telling us a little bit about it. Right, let's have a look at our next feature. Okay, we've got subheadings. Subheadings. Now I called them headings earlier, but they are subheadings. Okay, that's their correct name. I can highlight that in blue and have a look here. What do we think in our non-chronological report? What do you think our subheadings are? What do you think they are? Jake? See if you can tell somebody at home where you think our subheadings are in our non-chronological report. It is the part after the pictures, good boy. It's the bit that is in red there and underlined, okay? And what kind of a sentence is it? What kind of a sentence are these subheadings? What kind of a sentence are they? What's at the end of them? Rebecca?
A name.
Not a name. Evie? It's a question mark, so it's a question sentence, isn't it? So that subheading is who built the wall? And it's giving us information, but there's not just one subheading. How many subheadings are there in our non-chronological report? Agnes? There are 3, aren't there? Excellent, we've got 3 there. 3 subheadings. So I can highlight those all the same colour because I've identified that feature of our non-chronological report. Okay, our next one. Another feature of a non-chronological report is pictures. Our non-chronological reports have to have pictures in them. Okay, I think we can all identify a picture. Okay, we've got 2 pictures of them, so you can just circle those in the same colour. Next one. So we've got bullet points of interesting facts. Okay, you can highlight those the same colour. We've got our bullet points of interesting facts, of further information about the Great Wall of China, and they are all included in this section. Again, it's not going to let me highlight it, but you can do it at home and we can do it in class when we get our sheets. For an extra challenge at home, and we'll move on to this in class as well, see if you can also identify these different things in, I'm not going to read them now, Go through it at home and see if you can identify them as a further challenge in our non-chronological report. Okay, that's the end of today's lesson, guys. We're going to get on with it in class. I will be online for another 5 minutes here if you want to send a chat in or anything. Hopefully I've made it a bit clearer about identifying the features today. I know I wasn't very clear last time with the feature lesson, but that's what we are doing. That's what we are doing. But thank you very, very much for joining us again, and we will see you in maths. So we'll say bye from this end. Say bye, everybody. Bye, everyone.